health care, or housing. See, poverty is both of these things, and both need to be addressed. But it's so easy to address only the material things. And to think, we just gave them this, money, that solves the problem. No, it doesn't, because it's not the root problem most times. In the book When Helping Hurts, they give the example, someone comes to a church asking help for their electric bill. Now, we have this all the time. I don't know, it seems to go in spurts, but, about every 3 months, someone calls, could you help me with my electric bill? I just don't have the money. And then they got a reason why they don't have the money, and they want the church to pay for their electric bill. Now, on the surface, it seems that the person needs material help, right? That's what it seems to be, and that's what they'll tell you it is. But what if this person's fundamental problem is not having the discipline to keep a full-time job? Wonder if that's really the problem. Now, it would be easy just to say, okay, here's the $50, or here's the $100. Go pay your electric bill. That's easy, But if that's not the real problem, are we helping that person? Absolutely not. See, treating the symptom with money rather than the underlying cause and disease actually harms this person by enabling them to continue with their lack of self-discipline. Right? And it happens all the time. Instead, a better way, but a far more costly and time-consuming way, would be for someone in the church to establish a relationship with this person that says, hey, we're here to walk with you. We're here to help you. We're here to get to know you, your gifts and your abilities. And we want to help find out what the problem is so that you don't get in this situation again in 6 months. And if we can do that, find out what's causing this, then we can help you come up with the solution and stand with you and come alongside you to help you with this problem. But the problem is, that may take years. Getting to know that person, helping them see change take place in their life, and helping them without hurting them. And that takes effort on their part and a tremendous effort on our part. So you can see why it's so much easier to say, okay, here's $10, or here's a $50. But the problem is, there's never enough money to go around. And nobody gets cured. Now, I wonder if we did that in the medical world. We'd say, just take this pill. We don't know what your real problem or disease is, but just try this pill. We'd say, well, you're crazy. Or get this shot. We'll give you a booster here. Well, a booster for what? Well, we don't know for what, but we're going to give you one. It's a lot easier. It's quicker. It's simpler. And who knows? Might work. No, we'd say absolutely not. But we do things like that all the time when it comes to helping people in need. And our government does it all the time in helping people in need. Now, to really help people, we must ask what the purpose of mankind is. What is our purpose in being here? What did God create us for? In Genesis, we find out the answer. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, of the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Then God said, I will give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. and they will be yours for food. And all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has breath of life in it, I give you every plant for food. And it was so. See, God created us to be stewards of everything He made. We are stewards and managers of everything He made. We are to work to take care of God's creation. Now, Bryant Myers, a Christian development thinker, he argues that in order to diagnose the disease of poverty correctly, we must consider the fundamental nature of reality, starting with the creator of that reality. So Myers, he notes that the triune God is inherently a relational being existing in three persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Now, being in God's image, human beings, we're inherently relational. We have to live in community. And before the fall into sin, God established four foundational relationships. A relationship with God, a relationship with myself, a relationship with others, and a relationship with God's creation in which I live. Now, it was interesting to me to see a correlation after we've just gone through the Daniel plan between faith, focus, friends, food, and fitness. But in particular, for our purposes, when these relationships are functioning properly, people are able to fulfill their calling of glorifying God by working and supporting themselves and their family with the fruit of their work. That's what we're called to do. And poverty is the result of a broken relationship. First, a broken relationship with God, for all have sinned. The Westminster Shorter Catechism says, our primary purpose is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. You want to know what your purpose in life is? That's it. To glorify God and to enjoy Him forever. And until we understand that, I mean, it gets into our heart. We're going to be floating around in every different direction wondering, why in the world am I on this planet? Because we'll find out that even having a six-figure job and all the money things can buy, we can be empty inside and want to commit suicide. Because we don't know our purpose of being on the planet, why God put us here. Secondly, poverty is the result of a broken relationship with self, with yourself. See, after man's fallen into sin, a man and a woman were ashamed and they hid from God. And they started blaming themselves and each other. What they said? I was afraid. People are living in fear. People live in shame and fear and hopelessness because of alienation from God. And third, poverty is the result of broken relationships with other people. What did Adam do? The first thing he wanted to do, blame his wife for the sin. Blame his wife for disobeying God. And we've been blaming other people ever since, blaming each other. I can't get along with so-and-so. That person is impossible. I can't stand her anymore, or whatever. Broken relationships. It's part of what poverty is. We are not islands. We are called to know one another, to love one another, to use our gifts to serve one another. And fourth, poverty is a result of a broken relationship with creation. To Adam he said, because you listened to your wife and ate of the fruit from which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil, you will eat the food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. So after we'd fallen into sin, work became hard. Work became difficult. That's why it takes discipline to do work. You know? You wouldn't believe, you talk to employers. They now have to give financial incentives just to get people to show up on time. You get paid to show up on time. Why? Because people don't want to get out of bed. It's easier to stay in bed. It takes self-discipline. Or to be focused at work and to actually do my job. It takes self-discipline. Because of the brokenness that's in our world. So what are the real needs of the poor? A right relationship with God, a right relationship with self, a right relationship